After years of pushback, Atlanta's new Public Safety Training Center is open, and Channel 2 Action News is taking you inside the state-of-the-art facility.
Police officers and firefighters have not trained together for probably the last 30 years. That changes now.
New at 6, why the Police Foundation says the new law enforcement hub will save lives, reduce crime, and make Atlanta safer.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at 6 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
Tonight, Channel 2 Action News is taking you inside the new 85-acre complex where police and firefighters are getting life-saving training right now. Good evening. I'm George Estevez.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Linda Stouffer. There was a lot of pushback over the building of the complex, but the leader of the Atlanta Police Foundation told Channel 2 Action News today it will be good for the community. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie is live in DeKalb County. And Mark, the Police Foundation was surprised by the controversy.
We saw what looked like both Atlanta police and fire recruits at the new Atlanta Public Safety Training Center today. Why is hearing from the Atlanta Police Foundation important? Its president says of the $118 million capital cost, $31 million comes from the city and the rest comes from Police Foundation donors.
You were part of a very small group that came up with the idea of the Atlanta Police Foundation helping the city of Atlanta build a new training academy, correct?
Yeah, that's correct, Mark. The mission of the Police Foundation is to build a safer city, to work closely with the citizens, the neighborhoods, the mayor, the city of Atlanta, the police department, all to create a safe city. And that was all part of the strategy, right? To create a new state-of-the-art public safety training center for our city.
Are you surprised there was opposition from either side of the political divide?
Yes, I was very surprised. If you combine better talent with better training, you get better outcomes on the streets of Atlanta. And that's what the Police Foundation has always been after. So certainly we felt like citizens of Atlanta, is one of their biggest priorities is to make sure our police officers perform well and that they are trained well so there will be better outcomes on the streets of Atlanta.
We did the interview in a new defensive tactics room. Seals on the wall for Atlanta Police and Atlanta Fire Rescue. But Dave Wilkinson, president of the Atlanta Police Foundation, says when discussions began years ago about helping the city build a new state-of-the-art public safety training center, he didn't expect proponents of the center to be on the defensive about the need for it or some of the tactics a segment of the opposition would employ.
Right, applications to be an Atlanta police officer are higher now than they've ever been. Now, if you couple that enhanced talent level with an enhanced level of training, you will get those better outcomes on the streets. In most incidents of police brutality that you've seen around this country, it always comes down to typically a lack of talent or a lack of training by the police officers.
The Police Foundation was essentially pushing for something that the public did not want.
Kiana Jones-Moore says she was active in the movement protesting the construction of the Atlanta Public Safety Training Center.
Absolutely still opposed to Cop City.
Wilkinson says the donation-funded nonprofit foundation often prefers a low profile, but as the opposition ramped up, the foundation became a target. Vandalism at their offices, and one of the At Promise centers helping at-risk youth, the Police Foundation funds, was firebombed.
It's incredibly important to our youth in the city of Atlanta to have these At Promise centers operational.
Ms. Jones-Moore says she did not commit acts of destruction or violence, but hesitates to condemn those who did.
There's no such thing as peaceful protest because protest in and of itself disturbs the peace of the status quo.
There are police officers and firefighters all out here training, and training for the first time since the early 90s, training together. Think about that for your viewers.
Now, Ms. Jones-Moore says she's not aware of anyone in her movement targeting an At Promise center. Now, Wilkinson indicated the citizens indeed did want this project, and more than $10 million was spent meeting specific requests suggested by neighborhood leaders. And the opposition, he said, was a small but very vocal minority. Reporting live outside the new Atlanta Public Safety Training Center, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
And I see the new expanded stables for the police horses as well. Mark, thank you. More details now on the protest over the Public Safety Training Center. In early 2023, a Georgia State Patrol trooper shot and killed a protester, Manuel Tehran. He was one of the people occupying a forest that was being cleared. Authorities say Tehran fired at troopers and then they returned fire. Later, protests led to dozens of arrests. 60 people were eventually indicted in a RICO case on racketeering and money laundering charges. Prosecutors later dropped the money laundering counts against the 3 defendants.